Tick. Ilamkela khona kwena nkqubo nithandayo apha kumabonakude nalapha eAfrika yonke namhlanje ke we are getting spicy sithatha nezinto ezibaba njengopelepele. So we do have our awesome studio audience slash guests in the building. They're coming all the way from Claremont High. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Awesome. So basically, let's get straight into it. This is what's going to happen. We're going to have 2.5 minutes to discuss each topic that we have. We have 2 topics in our first part and 2 topics in our second part. And our first topic is the African Union Anthem. All right? Can we have the time on the clock, please? Awesome. Okay, guys, so basically, now Jacob Zuma is basically saying, President Jacob Zuma is saying that as South Africans, we should learn the African Union Anthem. It will bring the rest of Africa and South Africa together. Have you guys ever heard of this?
No.
So you've never heard of the anthem? No. So none of you know what the anthem is about?
No.
But do you think that having an anthem like we do have a national anthem would be able to bring Africa as a whole together? Kurt, what do you say?
It should bring us together though, because our national anthem brought South Africa to the, but eventually.
All right, Sia?
I think it's a great idea actually. I mean, like look at our national anthem. When our team play, our Bafana are playing, it unites the entire South Africa together. We feel as if we won. So I think the anthem, the Uniting for Africa, will be uniting the entire Africa, making us feel as one as the entire continent.
All right, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think the main key of an anthem is unity. So if Bafana's out of the World Cup, well, there's other African countries still in, so that African anthem will be like for the whole Africa. We one continent, we won, so. Yeah.
All right, but I also want to know, like, should it be taught in schools?
Nah, I don't think it should be taught in schools. I think it should be a person's prerogative to learn the anthem because it will be a way to unite all the countries in Africa.
Does anybody think otherwise? Does anybody think it should be taught in schools like our national anthem?
Yeah.
If it's taught at school, everyone would know it, so then it would make it easier for when we sing it as one, for everyone to know and understand it, whereas if half doesn't and half does know, it would look almost as if it's out of place.
Yeah?
I think they should actually grow economically and politically for people to actually know who the African Union is before we actually know the anthem.
All right, that's a great topic actually. But anyway, guys, you know what? I think that when it comes to something like that, it will be good to have an African Union anthem because, you know, I feel like currently what is happening in South Africa specifically, you know, with xenophobia and stuff like that, I feel like we don't really recognize the rest of Africa or ourselves as a part of Africa. We always look at ourselves as a separate entity, as a sort of continent on our own. Unfortunately, we are running out of time there. We've got about 7 seconds. So I think that let's just wrap it up. I think it's a good thing that we have an African Union anthem. And like Uskolisa said, that I think it's someone's prerogative to go out there and learn it themselves. But moving on to our next topic right now, we have another one. And this is Pharrell performing in South Africa. What do we feel about international artists coming to South Africa to perform here? Can we have the time on the clock, please? Awesome. All right, guys, basically, you know, it was announced that Pharrell is going to be performing in South Africa later on this year, and the whole of Twitter went crazy, and people saying that they absolutely have to be in that stadium to watch that. But how do you guys feel about international artists coming to perform in South Africa, and the fact that we pay so much more for them, and we support them a lot more? Do you think that it's fair on our local artists?
I do think it's fair and I don't think it's fair. I do think it's fair because our local artists don't perform concerts like they do. And I don't think...
So do you say that they put a lot more effort into their concerts?
They put a lot more effort because they're going around the world. Whereas our artists, they don't even do it in their own country, but they get upset. And it's unfair because us as their fans we notice those who are more, like, they have bigger statuses and stuff, and then us, and we don't notice our local ones who is also working just as hard, but they're not as high up as the others.
All right. Now, Sia, would you say that it's up to us to support the artists, or it's up to the artists to make it big enough for us to want to support them?
I think it's for the artists to make it big enough for us to want to support them. I mean, look at Pharrell. He did not get there by nothing. He worked to get there, and he worked to get fans, and he worked with other artists as well. I think South African artists as well should embrace the fact that Pharrell is coming to South Africa to perform, and I think they should, like, get together with him and try to work with him so they can also get that same recognition recognition as Pharrell is getting by working internationally.
I mean, like, look at all the artists that are working with Pharrell currently. He's the it guy at the moment. Everybody wants to work with Pharrell. Don't you think that it's absolutely fair that he can charge that amount of money?
I think it's fair because if he's charging a lot of money, people are gonna go see him, but then the opening acts will be local artists. So when they're the opening acts, they'll get the exposure that they need to be international or at least get there step by step.
You see, another thing that a lot of these artists say is that, oh, you know, these international artists come here and we open for them. Why don't they open for us? Do they think that they're really big enough to have someone like Pharrell opening for them? Jade?
Well, I think it's good publicity for South Africa because he's famous and stuff. So it's also giving our local artists also a name and a status. So it's actually helping us, like a win-win for us.
It is a win-win, and maybe we should realize, you know, that we are not as far as these guys are. And I think that it's maybe worth pursuing that we get him on the show because he has been around South Africa quite a bit. And I mean, if he is going to be performing here, maybe we should try and get him on here, you know? Hashtag just saying. But anyway, that is it for our discussion right now. Thank you very much, guys. We are going to have a second part to our talk show a little bit later on. But if you guys, like me, have an interest in television production, then check this out. Issues and of course we do have the same format as our first half of our talk show where we are going to have 2.5 minutes to discuss your itch. Yes, English. We're going to be discussing each issue, and our first topic in this segment is going to be Nollywood getting some backing. You know, they're getting into the internet sphere, streaming sphere. All right, cool. Can we get the clock in, please? Awesome stuff. All right, guys, so basically, I'm pretty sure all of us know Nollywood films, you know, African films that we've all seen on our TV screens. Now, they're getting backed by a large company, a large internet streaming company called Netflix, where they'll be able to actually stream their movies. Have you guys seen any Nollywood-type movies? Yes. Kurt's shaking his head. Yes, what is it?
Seen a few.
Seen a few? Have you guys seen any?
No.
Okay, what is your opinion about them?
I actually like them. I mean, it's like different from all the American movies that we're getting. It's something more African. We're getting a more African feel, exposing like Africa, how it is actually. Because in these Nollywood films, we see the villages, we see Africa as itself instead of being exposed to the city scrapers, the Americans. We're more original, so I'm all for it. I like it.
And I mean, like, you should see the turnover that they have. Those guys make so many films, you know, those guys make a lot of films in a very short space of time, and they go out and they sell them. Do you think that we should adopt something that's closer to this, Jayed, here in South Africa?
I think it would be a good idea because if we're going to have so many films, it's going to obviously boost us and it's going to sell eventually and to always boost the economy in South Africa.
And they have the third largest movie industry in the world behind America and India. So clearly they are doing something right. But Skolisa, do you think that they should try and maybe make their movies, you know, quality-wise, maybe try to make them a little bit better? Or do you think that it's showing the authenticness of the story without, if they don't have the slick pans and, you know?
Nah, I think they should actually invest more time into making it quality and making it clear, because the movies, they aren't top quality, and when you're watching them, the screens pixelate and stuff like that. So.
But Kurt, you know, what Skolisa is saying, if they can make cheap movies and sell them cheaper, then they're getting out there to more people. Do you not think that it's going to cost more to buy the film if, you know, they upgrade the quality?
Yeah, it would get the eye, but even Hollywood started at the point that Nollywood is. So
yeah.
It would, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, I mean, congratulations to the Nollywood filmmakers for actually going out there and, you know what, for actually telling African stories the way that Africans should. And unfortunately, we have run out of time for this topic, and I'm Tanje, but we are going to be moving on to our next topic. This is the final topic. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the term yellow bone and skin-lightening creams. What do you guys think about them? Do you guys know about them? Yeah. Okay, they do know about them, so let's get into it. And we get the time and the clock. Awesome stuff. Now, guys, you know, Ivory Coast has banned skin-lightening creams. Do you think that this is a good thing or bad thing? It's a good thing. Why do we say it's a good thing? Suleika?
Because the skin whitening does affect certain people's skin, so it can harm them in many ways. And also, it's bad because why do you want to be like everyone else?
All right. Do you think that the terms like yellow bone and the popularization of being lighter skinned is what's driving people to go out there and buy these skin whitening creams?
Yes, it is, definitely, because people feel pressured when they aren't classified as yellow bones or light skinned. They feel pressured to fight for being that classification because the media portrays it as being beautiful and all that.
All right. Now, we see a lot of celebrities getting lighter and lighter over the years. And as role models, do you think that they're entitled to do, well, because imali yabo, do you think that they're entitled to do whatever they want to their bodies, or they, as role models and, you know, us as young people looking up to them, they should be more responsible in what they do to themselves?
I think they should be more responsible because if you put yourself in the public figure, you're not only representing yourself. I mean, people look up to you. So if you're showing people that you're not comfortable in your own skin, how are we, people who look up to you, supposed to feel comfortable in our skin? So if you're bleaching your skin, it means that you're not proud of being who you are. You're not proud of your own skin. How will we be proud if you're not proud and we look up to you?
How can we reverse this, Raisa?
I think the whitening is what makes teenagers feel pressured about how they look and what they should wear and things like that. Like, it's the same celebrities that's telling us to be ourselves, to be individuals,
yes,
putting on this makeup. So how are we supposed to deal with it?
#I woke up like this. Meanwhile, I'm going for skin whitening procedures out here. You know, we see you. But anyway, you know, do you think that it's possible to get something to make your skin darker?
Anything is possible in life.
Anything is possible. If you can make your skin go lighter, you can sure make it go darker.
But I mean, like, we do have the sun as well. You can go out and tan. But don't you find it weird that, you know, we have the light-skinned people wanting to go darker and the dark-skinned people wanting to go lighter? Is there ever going to be a part where they intersect and we can actually say we have found what we want to be?
That starts with us, the new generation. We should be proud of who we are.
Ow! Yes, President. Yes, President. Hello.
Yeah.
All right, unfortunately, we have run out of time for these topics that I'm planning. But what do you think about hot topics that I'm planning? Go onto Facebook and Twitter and let us know about Utinina Wena. But right now, I think it is time for us to go and check in on Utazama again. This time, she learns how to dance.
Hectic.